go ahead and start. And if Senator Pillion joins us, that'll be great. If not, we will just continue on without him. So good afternoon to everybody. My name is Sarah Thomason and I chair the OAA Grants Committee. So we will go ahead and call this meeting to order at this time. The following Grants Committee members have connected and are in attendance, and this is an all virtual meeting. We have Dr. James Thompson, Sharon Buckman, Tim Spencer, Mike Tillum, and I would like to welcome all of us that have joined the call. We do have an established a quorum. Do we have any guests that we need to recognize? I'm not sure who else is on. Tony, do you see anybody else?
Madam Chair, we have a couple of folks online. Katie Boyle, who's a colleague of ours from Virginia Association of Counties, and the two co-owners of C-Corps, which is a subject of this amendment, Jessica and Doug, are both attending as attendees.
Okay, great. Well, welcome to you guys for being on here with us. So right now we'll go ahead on to agenda item number 2, which was approval of the minutes from our August 2nd meeting of the Grants Committee. All of those have been posted on our website as usual. Do I hear a motion to approve these minutes?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Spencer. Do I have a second?
A second.
Who is that?
Mike Tillum.
Hey, Mike, thank you very much. We have a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Okay, any in opposition? Okay, our minutes have been approved. Let's go to our agenda item number 3. That's our update from our Director of Operations. I'm going to turn it over to Charlie Linticum at this time.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We just have one item today for updates. This is related to a city-county award amendment for a cooperative partnership. So a quick background, Russell County, who's serving as the fiscal agent in Tazewell County, were approved for a one-time cooperative partnership award in the amount of $1.9 million to partner with C-Corps LLC for a community residential program located in Lebanon, Virginia. C-Corps provides a 90-day residential program for individuals released from the Department of Corrections Incarceration. That's the state agency, not the federal one. This program accepts males and females from across the state with some type of opioid use disorder and or related conviction, with the projected number of individuals to be served around 200 in a calendar year. Facility renovations began in April of this year to upgrade mechanical, electrical, HVAC systems to meet DOC standards, and the facility is now accepting residents from the DOC. So the requested amendment has to do with, so as part of the application, both Russell and Tazewell offered a local match, and in both cases with the application, the contributions were indicated as coming from their direct distributions. Those funds they received directly from the settlement administrator. Russell providing 25, Tazewell providing 75. So the amendment will not change the total local match amount. Tazewell is just requesting to amend their contribution to come from their OAA individual distribution rather than from their direct distribution. This accommodates the county's overall fiscal strategy without impacting the amounts being offered. So the only action really for this amendment would be for the committee to consider changing the match source and in the process approving that OAA individual distribution grant to go along as a match on this cooperative. And OAA staff does recommend approval of this amendment. Happy to answer any questions anyone may have.
Do you need a motion?
We'll take that up under new business in just a minute, if that would be good. If you will hold that, Mr. Spencer. Does that sound okay? Does anybody have any questions of Tony or Charlie that they can help answer? Okay. I don't see any, so we will move on to agenda item number 4. This is our time where members of the public may address comments to our committee. We do request that all comments be kept to 3 minutes or less. If you have a desire to speak, if you can just click the raise hand button on your screen, and the staff moderator will call your name and take you off mute and allow you to speak one at a time. Do we have anyone that would like to speak?
Madam Chair, there's no hands being raised, so it appears we have no speakers.
Okay, thank you. We will now move on to agenda item number 5, which are new business, which is including the considerations of the amendments to the existing grants. So at this time, the only scheduled item of new business is to consider the amendment described by Mr. Linticum in his presentation. So I'll now entertain a motion to approve the proposed amendment consistent with the staff recommendations. Do I hear a motion?
I'll motion.
All right,
Second.
thank you, Mr. Tillum. Thank you for the second, Mr. Spencer. So we have a motion and a second. All in agreement with that motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. So we have completed that. Let's see. Are there any other items of new business that we need to consider from our grants committee at this time? Okay, not hearing any. Are there any comments or discussions that anybody would like to make at this time?
Madam Chair, if none of the members have comments, I'd like to just offer one point of view for you guys. First of all, thank you for taking the time to join this call. It's important that we follow our procedures, and that's exactly what you've done to allow us to make sure that, as usual, all of our grants are audit proof. And so that's what you've done today. I actually had the chance to tour this facility that's the subject of the amendment today, the Secor facility in Russell County, and to meet the owners who are on the call with us today. And what they've done there is remarkable. They've completely renovated the building, and it's clean, it's well kept, it has all new furniture, bedding, equipment. It's the kind of place where that I would feel comfortable staying or referring someone to be there. And by all appearances, I think that this is going to be a very important and useful resource, not just for the counties that have supported this project, but for the entire Commonwealth, because they'll be receiving people that are leaving corrections who come from all over the state. And as part of their reentry, they'll go through this 90-day program before returning to their home community. And so, again, thank you for joining the call, and pretty exciting to see this project move another step forward towards completion.
I concur with Tony as well.
If I could ask one question,
Sure, go
and
ahead.
it might be too early, or we might have a general resource available to localities. I'm hearing from several localities, and quite frankly, we have an interim city manager who is new to this. And the question's been asked, well, what are some projects that we can use the localities' direct funding for that have been vetted, that we've seen some positives elsewhere in the state that we could duplicate in our region? And have we pulled together a list of kind of a menu, if you will, of suggested spending for localities?
Mr. Spencer, thank you for that question. That's been a priority that we've talked about since day one, and we're definitely making progress toward it. The Abatement Academy series that we host, we've done, 14 sessions last year, and I think we've done 5 or 6 so far this year. Each of those highlights a best practice that localities can implement, and we've hyperlinked the recordings and presentations on the website. And we're also working with the VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University Wright Center, to develop an actual toolkit that outlines the 9 core strategies that are listed in Exhibit E of the settlements, and then provides examples of where those are being implemented across the Commonwealth. Charlie and I met with them on Thursday of last week. They've hired a staff person to continue to populate that toolkit. And soon we'll be able, by the end of the year for sure, we'll be able to announce that as a resource. Over time, you'll see more and more examples going into more and more tools, if you will, going into the toolkit. And so we're definitely making progress. That the last thing I would say is that we've been posting all of our awards on the website, and localities that are looking for ideas can go to the website and look at what's been awarded around the state. And of course, our outreach coordinators are actively working to push that information out to the cities and counties in their areas. So it's really kind of a multi-pronged approach that we're definitely working toward as a goal.
Thank you.
And this is Senator Pillion. I would just add that if your localities are having any kind of difficulty, I would just encourage them to reach out, because that's exactly what this locality did in this situation. And as we know, we have a great team working with us in Richmond that are very responsive, and will be glad to help in any way they can, even if that means driving across the Commonwealth to meet with them one-on-one. But I would just encourage those localities to reach out if there's ever any questions. That's what Tony has made available to all of them.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Madam
Any
Chair,
other comments?
thank you for allowing me to make that comment. That's all I had.
Sure. Any other comments or items for discussion?
Hearing none, I'll make the motion to adjourn if that concludes the agenda.
That does conclude our agenda. Thank you, Senator Pillion. Do I have a second on that motion to adjourn?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Thank you, everyone, for attending our meeting. I look forward to seeing you soon in person, and everybody have a great week.